Hey guys, Joe from American Trucks, and today I'm going to be reviewing and installing the Airaid PowerAid Throttle Body Spacer fitting all 11 and newer 5.0 powered F150s. Now something like this is going to be perfect for the F150 owner who's looking to add a little more power to their Coyote with a simple mod that is going to be easy to install and won't break the bank. Now this is going to be perfect for the F150 owner who's looking to add a little bit more power to their Coyote with a simple bolt-on mod that is going to be really budget friendly. It is manufactured out of a billet 6061 aluminum and has a red anodized coating. It also features Airaid's helix bore design, which is supposed to spin the air like a rifle would to help cut down on turbulence. Now just a note I'd like to make up front, don't expect supercharger level gains with something like this, but you're definitely going to see a little bit more low-end torque and throttle response, especially if paired with a cold air intake. And the way that's achieved is you're basically upping the amount of air that's behind the throttle body on tap, ready to go. So when you put the throttle down, that air is going to be, again, ready to go and is going to make its way into the combustion chamber before that butterfly valve on the throttle body has a chance to fully open. Now, one thing I really do like about this kit is it comes with its own gasket and hardware, which is a nice touch from Airaid. They really do go the extra mile to make sure this thing is sealed and seated correctly underneath the throttle body. This kit also comes with a carb number for 11, 12, and 13 5.0 F150, so if you own one of those years and live in one of the more emissions restrictive states, you'll have a carb number so you'll be able to pass emissions testing. Price for this kit is going to come in at around the $130 mark. Now, while that may seem expensive for a spacer, for some easy horsepower, it's not a bad price to pay. Install isn't going to be too bad either. We're looking about the easy side of 2 out of 3 wrenches. Should only take you an hour to get it installed with some basic hand tools. So without any further ado, let me show you how it's done. Tools required for this install are going to be a couple of extensions, torque wrench, ratchet, 3/8 drive 10mm socket, 1/4 inch drive 10mm socket for our torque wrench, 8mm socket, 7mm socket, and lastly an impact gun. So first things first, we're going to remove our intake tube to allow us easy access to the throttle body. We're going to start by loosening up this clamp up by the throttle body with a 7mm socket. Then we're going to remove the 2 breather hoses, and there's 2 clips on top of the intake tube that's secured to the airbox. We're going to release those and then pull the intake tube out. And for this one, all you're going to do is push down on the top where my thumb is, and then it should pull right out. For the other one, there should be a tab underneath, which releases that, and that should pull out as well. And then for the airbox, there's 2 tabs that need to be released like so, and that should pull right out. So now we have a clean shot at our throttle body, and there's 4 8mm bolts on there that we're going to use an 8mm socket to release. Now those are fragile as they go right into your intake manifold, so watch the impact on that one. Use a ratchet, but with that being said, we can loosen up those 4 and remove our throttle body. So now that we have our throttle body disconnected, we can lift it up and move it out of the way. Now it might help to unplug that if you want, but there's enough slack on that wire that you could just move it over. So that brings us to the install of our new spacer. Now there is a gasket and some longer hardware included in that, so we're gonna get that on there and then do the reverse to reinstall our throttle body. So next I'm just going to pick up the throttle body and get it all lined up and get a few bolts through here. and then tighten them down back onto our manifold. Now, as far as tightening these down goes, I'm just going to snug them up with a ratchet to get all the threads out, and then we're going to do the final tighten with a torque wrench. This should be around 9 foot-pounds, so again, it doesn't have to be too tight. This is something you definitely want to be gentle with. And when you tighten these down, always do it in a cross pattern. Just like you would do when changing a tire. And when you tighten these down, you always want to do it in a cross pattern to make sure you get a nice even seal with that gasket, just like you would do when changing a tire. So now we're going to grab the torque wrench and again another 10mm socket. Tighten those down in a cross pattern to 89 inch-pounds, or if you're looking for foot-pounds, that converts to about 7.5. So with the throttle body secured, we can move back to our intake tube. We're going to reinstall this the same way we uninstalled it. Tighten that 7mm clamp, install our breather hoses, and get the air box sorted, and we'll be all done. And that is going to do it for my review and install of the Airaid PowerAid Throttle Body Spacer, fitting all 11 and newer 5.0 powered F-150s. Thank you for watching. I'm Joe, and for all things F-150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.